Going on, guys? It's Courtney, and today's video I'm going to show you guys how to sample using the Maschine Mikro MK3. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to notice about the Maschine Mikro MK3 is that you're going to do the bulk of your cutting and chopping within the Maschine software. So I have a beat already, and now I'm going to show you how I went about chopping the sample and creating the beat. So here's the beat. Okay, so that was the beat, and now let me show you how I made it. First, I'm going to create another group so I can load the sample up and re-chop it for you. And I got this sample out of the new Meister Vega loop kit, so check that out for sure because it is fire. And it is the Visions mix sample, so I'm just gonna drag it over here. Now I'm gonna hit this little wave right here and bring up the sample. And the way that I sample in the Maschine Mikro is by hitting the duplicate button and hitting the pad and copying it over. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna hit the pad and hit the pad again, and then take it off of duplicate. So my first chop is this. And now with my second chop, I'm going to move the little start point over using my mouse to another place that I would like to sample. And now that I have my second chop, I'm going to hit the duplicate button and then hit the second pad and move it to the third. Take it off of duplicate and now move my start point to another chop. Again, duplicate third pad, move it to the fourth, and now find another chop. In order to save time in this video, I'm going to speed things up a little bit, so be right back. Alright, so now that we got the sample chops, what we're going to do is select all of these really quick by hitting Shift on our keyboard and then going to polyphony and changing it to 1. Alright, so now what you're going to do is click below the group C1 and hit the squares. And now you're going to change the choke to 1. And by changing that choke group, that will allow you to hit each pad and them not overlap. Let's say you want to change the pitch of the sample. You can select all of the pads again and then just tune one of them down, but it will change all of them. So like this. But for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna leave it. And now what I would do is play the chop samples over my drum loop. So let's just give it a go. Is one way to sample in Maschine, but here is another way that is a little bit easier and a little bit less time consuming. You're just going to go back to that waveform sample and then hit the slice mode and change this from manual to detect. And then what you're going to do is just bring down the sensitivity so that you don't have as many chops in your beat. So see how there are becoming less and less slices. Just get it to a level that you can work with. So around 8% is pretty good for this. And then create another group. Go back to the one where the sample is, use the arrow and drag it to that new group. And now you're gonna have 16 chopped on each pad. And just hit pattern and erase to get rid of that. Go back to the sampling so that we can edit some of these slices because some of them are really, really small and you're not gonna be able to use them. And before we start manipulating the sample, let's select all and go to that group button and change this to choke 1 so they don't start overlapping. And then hit it again and go back to the edit so we can edit these slices. So here's the first one. See, that one's a little small, so we need to change our start time and our end time. A second way that you can sample using the Maschine Micro and the Maschine 2 software. Now here is a third way. Go back to the slice, use the split mode, and change your slices to 16 or 32, whichever you prefer. And now you have an automatic slice, and you can do the same thing, create a new group, use the arrow, drag it over, hit the square button, change it to choke 1, square button again, go to sound, voice settings and engine, change the polyphony to 1, go back to the sampling mode, and now you can change your start and end points here as well. So let's just hear how it sounds first. Without editing any of these start and end points, let's see if we can play something over the beat. And those are a few ways that you can sample using the Maschine Mikro MK3 as well as the Maschine 2 software. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button as well as that little bell so you get a notification every single time I post. I want to mention that I will be doing some Maschine specific tutorials, but they will be only available through my Patreon page, and you can check that out using the link down below in the description box. But I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.